Please take your time and read the following passages before going to your answers and questions. You're taking the STAAR Readiness District Common Assessment in the area of reading. Please pause the recording device so that you can take the time to read the passages before going on to the questions. Question 1. Which word from paragraph 3 helps the reader understand the meaning of the word daunting? Does it mean A, challenge of solving real-world crisis, B, make the world a better and more peaceful place, C, demonstrates that young children, D, have the desire? What does daunting mean in paragraph 3? Question 2. Which of these is an opinion the author expresses about the World Peace Game? F. Hunter now spends part of his time teaching the World Peace Game to other teaching professionals through a partnership with schools in other Virginia counties. G. It is no surprise that both Hunter and the World Peace Game are becoming well known beyond the border of Virginia. H. Time magazine named Hunter one of the 12 education activists to watch in 2012. J. The students also participated in a mock news conference and asked the press secretary about questions about real-world issues. So which one of these is an opinion the author expresses about the World Peace Game? You're looking for an opinion. Question 3. The photograph of Hunter and his game helps the reader understand that the game A. involves a detailed setup, B. requires a specific number of players, C. leads to thought-provoking discussions, or D. includes a great amount of physical activity. What are you getting from the picture? Number 4. Hunter most likely believes that the student who plays the World Peace Game will F. be motivated to find careers that are involved with promoting world peace, G. think of new rules and scenarios for the game as they play, H. be more aware of the events taking place in the world around them, J. creates their own version of the game to share with their friends and family. Number 5. Read these sentences from the selection. These sentences help the reader understand that playing the world game is A. can be an intense experience for players as they consider the impact of their choices. B. often leads players to become discouraged by the results of their choices. C. can be frustrating to many of the players because of the complexity. D. often results in players changing what they value in life. The section says, this means that attempting to solve one problem can trigger or affect another problem, paragraph 2. They end up considering deep moral questions in the process and thinking critically about the possible outcomes of their decision in paragraph 3. So again, using that passage, what can the reader understand that playing the World Peace Game does? Number 6. Based on the details in paragraph 6, the reader can conclude that Hunter most likely F. thinks it's important to share the ideas and values of the World Peace Game with others, G. enjoys teaching others how to facilitate the World Peace Game more than playing the game himself, H. he feels responsible for making sure people around the world follow the rules of the World Peace Game, or J. he knows that students will continue playing the World Peace Game when they're older. Question 7. The author includes the quotation in paragraph 3 to A. explain how students are able to achieve the goals of the game, B. demonstrates the game is a valuable way to teach students about world cultures, C. suggests that playing the game has motivated students to create their own games, D. provides insight into how students react to playing the game. So please look at passage 3, which is above, and see what helps you understand the quotes. Number 8. What's the best summary of this selection? F. John Hunter, a 4th grade teacher, created the World Peace Game in 1878. In the game, the students find solutions to the world problems. His students spent 8 weeks each year playing the game. The World Peace Game had attracted the attention of many different people around the world. Choice G. In 1978, teacher John Hunter created the World Peace Game and he shared it with his students. The game requires students to collaborate in order to solve simulated world problems. The game has attracted the interest of people all over the world. Hunter hopes playing the game will have a positive, lifelong impact on the students. Choice H. Each year, teacher John Hunter's students play the World Peace Game in his 4th grade class. In the game, students are assigned to a country and make decisions that will solve problems about their country faces. Students must work together to solve the problems in the game. When all the problems are solved, the game is over. J. Since 1978, teacher John Hunter's students have been playing the World Peace Game. The game has gained Hunter's attention from TV producers, and students around the world are now playing it. Hunter and his class have been asked to explain the rules and the purpose of the game to the United States government officials. Which one is the best summary? Please turn to page 7 and read the following passage by Andrew S. Williams. You need to read the passage before you listen to the questions that are to follow. Question 9. How does the setting advance the plot of the story? A. It allows the character to witness an uncommon event. B. It gives the characters the opportunity to identify a problem. C. It offers the characters a chance to develop new relationships. D. It causes the characters to feel unsafe. Question 10. Which sentence shows that the narrator is aware of the feelings of others? F. It doesn't seem to be as strong, though, and the first turtle is putting an increasing amount of distance between them. G. The baby turtles seem to be taking a break from his attempts to free himself from the nest. H. We hurry back to the nest where a few other beach walkers have been drawn in as well. J. I can tell her mind is on her little brother Charlie. So which sentence shows that the narrator is aware of the feelings of others? Number 11. Why doesn't the narrator watch the other turtles hatch at the end of the story? A. He's consumed by his thoughts about the first turtle's destiny. B. He doesn't have the patience to observe such a long process. C. He's concerned about his mother has started to worry. He is concerned that his mother has started worrying again. Or D. He doesn't want to ruin the experience for the little girl. So why doesn't the narrator watch the other turtles hatch at the end of the story? What is the primary theme of this story? F. The young must make their own path in life. G. Home is wherever a person feels accepted. H. People have a responsibility to protect nature. J. Strangers can bond while sharing an experience. Number 13. What is the best summary of the story? A. While on a vacation, the narrator and his mother come across a nest of hatching sea turtles. The narrator listens as the woman explains to her young daughter that the small turtles will travel far across the ocean. A small crowd watches the turtles make their way across the sand. The narrator tries to continue watching the first turtle after the waves pull it out to the sea, but the creature is soon hidden from view. B. The narrator is on a family vacation in Florida. While on an evening walk along the beach, the narrator and his mother have the opportunity to watch baby sea turtles hatch and struggle toward the ocean. The turtle reminds the mother of her younger son, who is traveling alone in Los Angeles. The narrator hopes that the first newly hatched sea turtle will overcome the odds and survive in the ocean. C. The narrator and his mother decide to walk on the beach at sunset, but it soon becomes dark. They meet a little girl and her mother, who explain that a nest of sea turtles has unexpectedly begun to hatch. The woman asks whether the narrator and his mother have a cell phone so that they can call her husband. They do not. The narrator and his mother leave, but they return when the little girl yells that the turtle is out of the nest. D. A little girl tells people walking on the beach that some baby turtles are hatching. The narrator and his mother join the girls and his mother in watching the turtles, which are hatching about 10 days earlier than expected. The girls ask her mother where the first turtle is going, and learns it must swim to the Sargasso Sea. The narrator admires the small turtle's determination to cross the sand and reach the water. So again, which one is the best summary? Number 14. Using the first-person point of view allows the author to F. Describe the occasion importance to the local residents. G. Explains the narrator's complex relationship with his mother. H. Presents each character's thoughts about the event. J. Help the readers feel closely connected with the narrator's experience. Number 15. Why are the women's comments about the nest in paragraphs 6 through 10 important to this story? A. They explain why it's problematic that the turtles are hatching early. B. They establish that the woman is knowledgeable at the life cycles of turtles. C. They reveal the significance of seeing the turtles hatch from their nest. D. They show that the local residents think tourists disregard the safety of turtles. In paragraph 19, the author refers to the turtles' onlookers as a group of fans to show that F. People are leading the turtle to the oceans. G. The crowd wants the turtles to succeed. H. The narrator feels like part of the crowd. Or J. The narrator wishes more people could see the event. Number 17. The narrator's observations in paragraph 2 are important to the story because they A. Imply that Charlie values his personal interests more than family's. B. Suggests that the narrator envies his brother. C. Illustrates the family's desire to spend time together. D. Conveys the mother's anxiety about Charlie. Now turn to page 14 and start reading the passage, Alicia's Thoughts About and Musings, my blog of everything. Read these sections and the selection and then choose the best answer to each question, then fill the answers on your answer document. 18. Read the sentence from paragraph 4. This sentence suggests that the author believes cooking is F. is a good way to learn about new food. G. Has immediate and practical rewards. H. Should involve trying to make complex meals. J. Leads to healthier eating habits. 19. The author's main purpose for writing the blog entry is to A. Urge young people to make an effort to learn basic cooking skills. B. Offer support for young people aspiring to become professional chefs. C. Encourage young people to avoid eating convenience foods. D. To convince young people that learning to cook is simple. What is the purpose? Which sentence from the blog entry supports the idea that learning to cook is an ongoing process? F. On weekends when I have the time, I make extra food and store it in the freezer. G. I'm not saying that all kids should be master chefs, but I do think young people should try to understand and utilize basic cooking skills. H. While I was cooking, I started thinking about the lessons and tips my mother had tried to teach me, and I wish that I had been more patient. J. I still make mistakes, such as scorching the vegetables or making the hamburger meat too spicy to eat. So which answer choice supports the idea that learning to cook is an ongoing process? Number 21. What does the phrase resorted to mean in paragraph 5? Does it mean A. Do something as a last option? B. Make something important? C. Do something as a favor? Or D. Make something last longer? Which sentence from the blog entry is an example of stereotyping? F. I'd love to see this happen in school all over the United States. G. Young adults today, myself included, have not made learning to cook a priority. H. The survey also found that the average Texan eats at a restaurant nearly 4 times a week. J. One day I saw an advertisement for a show featuring kids aged 8 through 13 in a cooking competition. So which one of this is an example of stereotyping? Number 23. Why did the author include a paragraph 8 in the blog entry? A. To emphasize that few people have the patience to become good chefs. B. To restate the benefits of learning to cook from a young age. C. To give some suggestions and to encourage the young reader to take action. D. To make a distinction between the roles of parents and children in the kitchen. Read the next 2 selections, then choose the best answer to each question. You're going to be reading Robots on the Reef and Something Fishy. Please read both passages before trying to answer the questions. Use Robots on the Reef, which is on page 19 through 20, to answer the questions 24 through 27. Then fill in the answers on your document. 24. What is one reason scientists are excited about the idea of using coralbots to restore reefs? Coralbots will imitate insects and birds. G. Programming the coralbots takes less time than training a diver. H. Coralbots are unlikely to cause more damage to the reef. Or J. Coralbots will be able to repair reefs more effectively than divers can. Noel Starkey comments in paragraph 5 help the reader understand how coralbots would A. Work in groups to perform a task, B. Pre-programmed to follow a set of rules, C. Gives researchers a new way to collect data about coral reefs, D. Be used to perform difficult tasks on land as well as in the water. Number 26. The author organized his selection mainly by F. Discussing the activities that cause damage to coral reefs, G. Explaining how damage to coral reefs has become more severe over time, H. Describing how coralbots could solve some problems associated with restoring coral reefs, J. Comparing the methods that divers use to repair coral reefs to the methods used by coralbots. Number 27. Which sentence from the selection best explains why the health of coral reefs is of great concern to scientists? A. Coral reefs are home to 1/4 of all the marine life on the planet and serve as natural barriers against damage caused by storms, hurricanes, and typhoons. B. These reefs can be damaged by natural disasters such as hurricanes, or they can be affected by human-related activities such as large ships running their hull along a reef or fishing equipment scraping the seafloor. C. Scientists at CMBB hope to program coralbots to locate colonies of endangered coral and reconstruct them. D. Scientists and volunteer divers work to reassemble damaged coral, but their success has been minimal. So again, you're looking for which one best explains why the health of coral reefs is of great concern to scientists. Use something fishy on page 21 through 22 to answer questions 28 through 31. Then fill the answers in on your document. 28. What is the author's primary purpose for writing this section? F. To highlight the importance of the fishing industry in cities along the Yangtze River. G. To describe how Three Gorge Dams uses the flow of the Yangtze River to create energy for people in China. H. To provide information about the different species of fish that populate the Yangtze River. J. To explain how scientists monitor the impact of Three Gorge Dam and determine strategies for reversing its effect. I think it's Yangtze River. Sorry, not really sure how to pronounce it. Number 29. Which sentence from this section best supports the idea that careful adjustment to Three Gorge Dams can improve the quality of the Yangtze River? A. ICES helped researchers embed transmitters into small sample of fish in the Yangtze River basin. B. They hope to determine the right amount of water to release from the dam in order to support the natural breeding of the fish. C. The dam is located on the Yangtze River, one of the most important rivers in China, famed for its diverse wildlife. D. Other fish are important for maintaining the fishing industry, a major part of the economy for cities on the river. Number 30. The Latin word ob means in the way. Helps the reader understand what the word obstructs in paragraph 2 means. Does it mean F. reverses, G. defeats, H. lengthens, or J. hinders? What does the word obstructs mean? Number 31. By using transmitters to track the fish in the Yangtze River, researchers most likely will be able to A. Monitor the number of fish living in the river basin, B. Estimate how many fish are needed to sustain the population, C. Determine how changes to the river disrupt the life cycle of the fish, D. Learn which types of fish are preferred by the fishing industry in the surrounding cities. Use both passages. Use robots on the reef and something fishy to answer questions 32 through 36. Then fill in the answers on your answer document. Number 32. How are the problems discussed in the Robots on the Reef and Something Fishy different? F. In Robots on the Reef, scientists have a plan to solve the problem, which is something fishy. Scientists still need to determine the solution to the problem. G. In Robots on the Reef, experts are seeking a permanent solution to a problem, while in Something Fishy, experts are looking only for a temporary solution to a problem. H. In Robots on the Reef, the problem mainly affects life in the water, while in Something Fishy, the problem mainly affects life on land. J. In Robots on the Reef, the problem was caused intentionally, while in Something Fishy, the problem was caused accidentally. Number 33. How are the coral bots discussed in Robots on the Reef and the fish transmitters discussed in Something Fishy similar? A. Both are designed to independently complete a task. B. Both assist scientists in tracking the amount of ocean life in a specific area. C. Both are meant to be used by scientists to help restore the environment. D. Both are programmed to model the behavior of insects. Number 34. Read these sentences from the selections. Both of these sentences describe F. How a new technology is supposed to function in a specific environment. G. The intended outcome of a project related to an environmental problem. H. How the environmental problem is a direct effect of the misuse of technology. J. The challenges scientists have encountered while trying to solve an environmental problem. So please read those selections. Robots on the Reef. Following a simple set of rules, several robots would work as a team to seek out coral fragments that have been broken off and cement the pieces to the reef. In Something Fishy, they hope the data will provide insight into the direct causes of the drop in the fish reproduction rates. So both of these sentences describe what? Number 35. One difference between the coral reefs and the Three Gorge Dam is that the dam A has been studied by scientists, B is used as energy source, C affects the wildlife in the area, or D is a significant part of the ecosystem. What's one difference between the coral reefs and Three Gorge Dams? In both selections, the researchers involved in the projects F lack the necessary support to complete their work. G can use the data gathered to address problems around the world. H think that the issues related to the affected ecosystem will be resolved quickly. J will continue monitoring the health of the affected ecosystem. So in both sections, the researchers involved in the projects are doing what? Which one makes more sense? Yay, you're to the last section. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answers on your answer document. Please read The Fruit is Sweet by Lindsay Steinberg and pause your recorder so you can answer the questions at the end. Number 37. Which word best described the author's decision to buy the flower seed packets? F. Thoughtful. G. Obsessive. H. Manipulative. J. Unplanned. Which one best describes? Number 38. The author includes the description in paragraph 2 to convey that she A. had difficulty understanding her mother's fascination with gardening. B. believed her mother's constant gardening was an inconvenience. C. resented that her mother paid so much attention to the plants. D. appreciated some of the plants her mother grew more than others. What is the best summary of this selection? F. The author grew up watching her mother take pleasure in growing many kinds of plants, but she did not share her mother's interest in gardening. When she was a teenager, she decided to plant several flowers. After waiting several weeks, the author finally got to appreciate the joy of finding a sprouted seed. G. The author describes how she grew up surrounded by many beautiful plants that her mother loved growing. One day, the author bought flower seeds and planted them. The author realized the plants required care. H. Growing plants gave the author's mother great joy and happiness, and she tried to share this experience with the author. The author was not interested in learning about gardening from her mother. One day, the author decided to buy packets of flower seeds. J. The author's mother loved gardening and grew many different kinds of plants, especially tomatoes. When the author came home with a packet of flower seeds, her mother told her she would have to grow them on her own. After waiting several weeks, the author finally saw her flower seeds begin to grow. Number 40. What does the word forewarned mean in paragraph 4? A. Explained after the fact. B. Informed in advance. C. Told at a later date. Or D. Understood at the same time. What does the word forewarned mean? Number 40. The author's reaction when she found a morning glory vine in her pot suggests that she was F. Concerned that the other seeds might not grow. G. Eager to start growing more flowers. H. Certain that her mother would be pleased by her success. J. She was surprised by how happy she felt when she saw the flower sprout. Number 42. When the author brought the flower seeds home, her mother reacted in a way that A. Forced the author to seek help elsewhere. B. Showed she was pleased by the author's attempt to care for the seeds. C. Demonstrated her lack of interest in the author's hobbies. D. Showed she expected the author to be responsible for the care of the seed. Number 43. Read this sentence from the selection. I believe that patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. The author begins and ends the selection with the idea in order to emphasize that F. Finding an interesting hobby may take many years. G. Positive results take time but are worth the wait. H. Many people focus on the way what they want in the present. J. Completing a long-term goal is difficult for most people. Please make sure that you've answered all of the questions on your answer document. Make sure the bubbles as neat as possible. Thank you for doing this. Have a great day. Bye.